Alright, so hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm back here at the park near my university, just waiting between the lessons. So unfortunately guys, I think my very first video that I did in this park, I deleted it accidentally, so I deleted already the original footage, so I have no way to like re-upload it again, so that's pretty sad. But yeah, I cannot really do anything about that. So today guys, I'm gonna bring to you a muscle up routine, and then I'm gonna do some pull-ups and dips as well, but mainly focusing on the muscle up and especially on the position of the elbows in the muscle up. So before of showing you the actual routine, I wanna spend here some brief 2 or 3 minutes explaining why it's so important considering and having in mind the position of your elbows while you're doing the muscle up. So the muscle up is a pretty advanced exercise that requires a lot of strength and especially explosiveness and a bit of technique between the transition between a pull-up and a dip on bar. So that's like the hardest part for most of the people, and the main problem comes with lack of strength or lack of explosiveness that is compensated by just flaring the elbows out and trying to really push in the transition part, pushing like from here, pushing and trying to do the dip, even if you lack, because you lack power and strength, you weren't able with just the pull-up movement to go high enough to be able to then do a normal dip. So that's what happens when you do muscle-ups like that. So I'm gonna be honest guys, you have to consider your strength and you have to adjust your training to your level. So it's very unhealthy doing muscle-ups like this. So when you're doing the transition part, flaring the elbows and being with the elbows like this, and then start to push from here doing the dip, because this position right here, it's an internally rotated position of the shoulders, and it's a very unhealthy position to exert tension and then to push through, and you may end up with a very serious shoulder injury. So my best advice guys is train first your power. So do not try do the muscle ups if you don't have the kind of level and strength to be able to execute it properly. It's better to just stick to more like regular exercises, like for example clapped pull-ups or explosive pull-ups, you know. But if you try to do a muscle up and you see that you start flaring up the elbows to try help your body in some way to go up, that means that you don't have enough strength to do them. So you shouldn't be doing them in that way. So you should improve first your strength and then move on the exercise itself. I'm seeing many pro athletes as well flaring up the elbows, especially when they start getting tired, but because they wanna keep doing muscle ups because it's like a superset, or because they, I don't know, for some reason they don't want to let the bar go and rest a little. They want to do the exercise continuously, and therefore at a certain point they start as well flaring up the elbows, and as well that's unhealthy even for a very advanced athlete that has, you know, pretty strong shoulders. Still this position, it's unhealthy. So it's unhealthy for everyone regardless of the level, so beginner or expert. So yeah, the best way to do it is doing the transition with the elbows not going further than 45 degrees. So the elbows should never pass, I don't know if you can see my elbow here, but the elbows should not pass diagonal here created from this and this angle. Like imagine a square, right? This is 45 degrees of the square. So your elbows should not go more forward than that. So they should stick at the diagonal or less if you can. If you can even have the elbows even closer to your body, that's even better. It's more healthy for the shoulders to do a dip like this than doing a dip at 45 degrees, but still the elbows should not pass the 45 degrees angle. So if you start doing muscle ups like this, so flaring more the elbows out, that is where you should stop doing the reps, rest a little bit, recover, and then trying to continue. So that's important, guys, because I think that when we are young, you know, we don't really feel any pain. We continue doing an exercise that it's unhealthy in the way we do it, but because we don't really feel anything in the moment, we do it in that bad way. But the consequences arrive maybe years later, and then it's some serious consequences. So the best thing to do is from right now, even from a young age, to start doing the exercises properly and executing them properly and trying to do them in the healthiest way possible, so that you can train very long, so without having any injuries coming when you're 30 years old or when you're 35 and so on, because those injuries are going to limit you. So that being said, I'm gonna now do a muscle up routine. It's gonna be a W shape muscle up routine. So pretty much I start from 4 reps, then I go down to 3, then 2, then 1, then I go up to 2, then 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's it. So like 4, 3, 2, 1, then up to 4 again, then down to 1, and then up to 4 again. So that's why it's called W shape training. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the resting time is pretty much you try to do the 4 reps, then rest pretty much 45, 1 minute, then you do 3 reps, then you rest less time that you rested between the 3, the 4th, and the 3rd rep, and so on. So when you do only 2 or 1 muscle up, you rest very little because it's pretty easy to do just 1 muscle up. But then as you start going higher again, you start adding some more rest, also because the fact that you start getting tired, so it's a little harder to go up. And as always, I'm going to try to keep these muscle ups as clean as possible, so trying not to, you know, use a lot of my legs, not using a lot of momentum, and especially being careful of my elbows, not flaring them too much to try help me go up. And yeah, that's it. So let's go. Okay, so let's try maybe move the phone a little bit right here, like that. Could be better. So those were the first 4 muscle ups. As you can see, at the beginning it's pretty easy, of course. There are other people, there is another guy there, so maybe we're gonna switch the bars because there is only one. But yeah, so now just resting around 45-50 seconds. It's important resting early because otherwise you're gonna be too tired for the last reps, and that is gonna be tough. So as you saw, pretty explosive. I cannot do the reps in the other way around because I have the 2 wood things that don't let me move correctly. Okay, so let's go. So okay, let's see like that. So I'm using gloves, as you can see, because the metal of the bar, it's super cold. It doesn't seem so, but it's a pretty cold day, so I'm just using the gloves to keep my hands a bit warmer. That's the only reason why I'm using them. It's not for the calluses, but for the cold of the metal. Okay, that's 2 reps. So now just 1. Therefore, I'm gonna take like 15 seconds rest, not a lot, and I'm gonna restart again. Just 1 rep now. Okay. It's a little more complicated with gloves to actually be able to turn the wrists. So, but yeah. So I've done the first part of the W. Now it's going up again. So 2 reps, 3, then 4. Okay, so 2. Still I feel pretty explosive, so I don't have any big problems going up. So I'm using like literally no legs and no other little help, just explosiveness from the back and the arms. And now again the resting time must get longer and longer because you have to do 1 rep more, but as well you're getting tired from the reps that you have done, so it's good to rest properly. So that was 3, pretty okay. As you can see, my elbows are always, even when I'm like in the transition part, they never pass the 45 degrees. So my shoulders stay healthy. Now just around 1 minute, and I'm gonna do the 4 reps. That is pretty much the hardest part, but it's not as hard as the last 4. So the very last set of 4. I have actually a squirrel going. Hey. Sit. So I don't know where the squirrel went, but there was literally a squirrel like trying to looking inside my bag because I have food inside, so maybe he smelled it. He smelled it. So yeah, now the 4. So the second part of the W is down. Now I have to go down again. So 3, 2, and 1. Getting here around 1 minute again, resting pretty much. I have to be honest, I feel like I could rest a lot less, but I don't wanna reach the failure point, so I don't wanna like try to do a muscle up and I can't do it. I want to avoid doing that, so that's why I'm resting a little more. Three, pretty easy. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna start resting a little bit less. I feel like no tired at all, and that's bad. So you should start feeling more and more and more tired as you go on. So if you don't feel tired, it means that you're resting too much. So let's go now with 2 reps. And now just 1. So that's the third part of the W, and now the very last is going up again. So 2, 3, and 4 reps. So let's go. Alright, 2. I start feeling more tired. Let's see now how the 3 reps go. I'm gonna try rest very little. I'm gonna start again. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm better, more tired, especially like the last one, the 3rd. I had to concentrate a little more to do it. So yeah, if you count all the exercises that you're doing, 10, 15, 20, you're doing 34 reps. So 34 total muscle ups is not bad. So yeah, let's go now with the 4 reps in a row. Now so that was a legit set, last 4 reps. Felt pretty okay to finish like this. So those were 34 muscle ups in the back. I always recommend do the muscle ups at the beginning because you're more fresh and they require quite a lot of strength and explosiveness. So if you do them at the end of your pull-ups or dips workout, you may not be able to do even one. So but yeah, that was it. Now I'm gonna do some routines of pull-ups, dips, but very random, just to do some reps. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you the muscle ups with this workout, nothing else. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.